We have the final presentation of the session. So we should have here with us Barbara Pollini, Assistant Professor in Biodesign Integration at Aalto University in the Design Department, with the speech Biobased and Biofabricated Materials in Design Research.
So thank you so much for inviting me, first of all. You can already skip the first slide because we lose a lot of time, I think. So just briefly, I want to introduce myself. So I'm now Assistant Professor in Biodesign Integration at Aalto University. But before I was in Italy, a lecturer for many years for NABA Design University and Domus Academy. And I have done a PhD in design, tackling the concept of biodesign for conventional regenerative sustainability at Politecnico di Milano. Within the group of Material Design for Transition. So just to say that during basically from 2012 till today, I'm experimenting with the students as professor, as tutoring with DIY materials. Next slide. And bio-based materials and biodesign. Here you can see different projects coming from my NABA courses, Domus Academy courses, some tutoring I've done for European project, and even some collaboration with Mexican University, for example. And I've always used material experimentation as a tool to teach sustainability to my students, because I think that a designer can deal with some new recipes, some new processes of our material, some experimentation, then it's immediately clear, for example, the life cycle of the material, but also the potential for the circularity of the source material we are choosing. Next slide. So I'm now going to share some of my project that I did, especially within my PhD, because I think that nowadays talking about biomaterials and bio-based and biofabricated materials, also interdisciplinarity and cross-disciplinary collaboration is very important. So within my PhD, I had, of course, quite a lot of theory developed, but also for research through design projects where I could collaborate also with the external professional in the field of life sciences, or, for example, with the scientific labs. So I'm now here citing three of them, the most interdisciplinary. Next slide. The first is a collaboration with an Italian lichenologist, Tania Contardo. We try to develop bioreceptive tiles and interface to host lichen and mosses, especially to biomonitor with these species the air pollution in urban environment. So the problem here was that these organisms grow quite slow. So my research proposal was about creating a nursery and a material palette that could enhance the growth of these organisms just for biomonitoring activities and not picking them from the wild. And of course, this has a lot of potential also in terms of, for example, green architecture, green walls, and biophilic urban resilience in somehow different meaning you want to give it. Next slide. I've also been experimenting in scientific labs. For example, my first experience as a designer in lab has been at Tufts University in Boston at Silk Lab. This lab works specifically with the protein of silk, which is fibrin. And as a designer, I was applying design method there to help develop new material. I could patent with them a couple of new material based on fibrin, and I also have visualized like the tunability of new discovered material and lab processes, environmental burdens, for example. Next slide. I also work with the Italian Institute of Technology in another project, especially proposing the use of bacterial cellulose for electronic application. I worked at the ELFO research group, which is a research group specifically dedicated to edible electronics. So they have a material palette that is really limited because this material needs to be both edible but also somehow have some function in electronics. Yeah, we find out new methods to imply bacterial cellulose in this field, and I was also giving workshop on DIY bio-based material that could have been edible and maybe interesting for their field. So it was really a moment of cross-disciplinary exchange, I would say. Next slide. And now that I'm here in Aalto University, if I think about cross-disciplinary collaboration, I cannot avoid but talking about the project of TEMARS that was initiated in 2012 by Pirjo Kareninen and Tapani Vuorinen. They were really pioneering, in my opinion, cross-disciplinary collaboration, because this program is a study program that works for both designers and chemists, and they can work together, especially focusing on a material that here is researched really a lot, which is the cellulose from wood. I think that from for example, for me, for Italy, and for as an experimenter of many material experimentation, I've never encountered so much skills around the use of wood cellulose. It's incredible how much you can tune also this building block material. Next slide. I'm sharing some a very good project that started as a student project within TEMARS, but ended up being a startup. One is the possibility to create a structural color through cellulose. And actually this group of students then built a startup, Shimmering Wood, that was also presenting this incredible project at the last Milan Design Week. Next slide. Another project that came out from TEMARS course is this Bubble with Benefit, where a group of students created this wrap film full of bubbles that have, of course, the potential for in the packaging industry, and now they are also scaling up as a startup. Next slide. And then many other projects are coming out from TEMARS. This is a little bit potential also for biodesigns, also involving living organism. In this case, the goal of the project was assessing the potential for living images when embedding cyanobacteria in bio-based substrate. Next slide. And I'm now sharing some of the students that I'm honored really to be able to advise. In this case, Mattia Anderle is working for his MA thesis on the possibility of reusing the algae waste from industrial production for 3D printing. Next slide. And Manuel Arias Barrantes is doing a PhD. He has collaborated a lot with BTT, which is a research center here very close to Aalto, and we have a lot of connection also with this technical research center. And he was basically also a designer in lab, helping to visualize and tune mycelium leather from submerged liquid fermentation. Next slide. And also a beautiful project by Alba Arilo Garcia that is about to graduate, but she just have this project exhibited here in Aalto. She developed more than 100 bio-based and biofabricated material for a special fashion collection tackling the issue of regenerative funerary practices. So she's also working with rituals and new worldview, but I really like her project, because I've seen many projects dealing with bioplastic within design academies, but here there is really a mastery and the craftsmanship of how she's dealing with these materials. Next slide. So if I have to sum up a little bit what, in my opinion, is the current situation around design research tackling bio-based and biofabricated material, I would say that designers are definitely trying to empower themselves toward material experimentation, finding new solution to environmental issue, but also learning new skills and opening up new working paths as well. I would say that they help create new material recipes, definitely. They test a lot of waste material resources, also boosting circular economy. They apply and research new processing technique. And when it comes to deal with living organism, actually, it's more a co-design with the organism, but also designer can test the living system to create new material, to bioremediate, to create new biocomputing living system, and definitely merging design with biotechnologies. This is something that I see almost every day. So I would say that this empowerment that designers are seeking toward material experimentation is really bringing sustainable innovation, and this is a great potential, both in enhancing circular bioeconomy, but also exploring the potential of living and regenerative system towards new biotechnologies. Next slide. I'm now reasoning and researching also with Julia Hills, a researcher from Germany, where biodesign is actually learned, researched, and performed, because biodesign is still an emerging field, and not all the countries nor all the universities have still the infrastructure that can actually empower designers toward this experimentation. So this is really an important issue for young designers and students. Well, through this study, we also hope to help giving a little bit of an overview of how biodesign is positioning towards also university infrastructure, but also public infrastructure, scientific infrastructure. And next slide, I thank you so much with this image from the ChemArts lab. Here in Aalto University, we are really lucky, I think, with the infrastructure supporting cross-disciplinary collaboration and material exploration. So yeah, sorry for the slide issue. I know it's annoying saying next slide every time during the speech, but I hope it was nice anyway.
Thank you. Thank you. It was not a problem at all. Thank you.